If you've been struggling to stop checkdowns in Madden 26, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you the best tips and tactics to shut them down and take your defense to the next level. Let's get straight into it. The first tip is use your middle linebacker. The reason you should use your middle linebacker is because the CPU won't always take away certain reads. Instead of relying on an AI, you can take control of the middle linebacker and shut down your opponent's favorite reads yourself. Another reason to use your middle linebacker is because you can bait your opponent into making a mistake. By showing them one thing and reacting at the last second, you can trick the quarterback into throwing a pass he thinks is open. The CPU usually won't make that kind of play. It doesn't bait throws the same way a good user can. The bottom line is this: if you have a good user, you can make it 10 times harder for your opponent. You will take away the reads, force bad decisions, and force them to make costly mistakes. The next tip is coaching adjustments. Picking the right coaching adjustments is very important when it comes down to stopping checkdowns. If your opponent is throwing quick checkdowns to the outside, in the play call menu, press down on your right stick to go to coaching adjustments and set your flats to 0. This allows your flat defenders to react immediately and take away those quick flat throws. If you're more worried about drags, set your flats to 5. By the time the drag route starts to develop, your flat defender is already there to shut it down. I wouldn't recommend changing your hook curl settings just to stop a check down unless you're at the goal line. Most of the time it's better to give up a check down than to set your hook curls to 5 and leave yourself vulnerable to a 10 to 15 yard gain over the middle. That's why I recommend keeping your hook curls at default. The same thing goes for putting your safety depth on tight or close. I don't recommend using it against receivers with 97 plus speed because they can beat your defense deep. Against slower receivers though, it's worth considering. It does a great job of taking away checkdowns while also helping defend the seam routes. The third tip is to shade underneath. Shading underneath tells your defense to play underneath routes more aggressively, making it much harder for your opponent to complete easy checkdown. To shade underneath, press Y or triangle, then flick your right stick down. Now when your opponent throw a check down, your defender will be quicker to react to make a stop. So if you almost certain your opponent is going to throw a check down, this is a great adjustment to make. Now let's talk about hard flats. Hard flats play a key role in stopping check downs because they attack the flats immediately, making it much harder for your opponent to complete those quick underneath throws. If you're looking for plays with hard flats already built in, you will find hard flats in many cover 2 zones and cover 3 zone plays. If your play doesn't have a hard flat, you can always put one of your linebackers in a hard flat. Press right on the D-pad, press right on the D-pad again, select the linebacker you want, then flick the right stick to the right if it's hard flat. You can also put a defense alignment in a hard flat. Press left on D-pad, then press left on D-pad again, select the defense alignment you want, then flick your left stick to the left if it's hard flats. This the setup after the adjustments. The hard flats immediately attach the flats area near the line of scrimmage. Now when your opponent tries to throw a quick check down, your hard flat defender will be in position to make the tackle. The final tip is utilize the switch stick. Utilizing the switch stick can help you stop routes that's about to come open. It lets you quickly take control of another defender and make a play on the ball. To use switch stick, simply flick your right stick towards the defender you want to control. This works on defenders who are in zone or man coverage assignments. Just remember you can't switch stick to a defender who's blitzing. Learning how to use the switch stick is one of the best ways to improve your defense, whether you're trying to stop a check down or take away another route that comes open. This mechanic gives you a better chance to make a stop. So if you're trying to level up your game, I hope these tips help make your defense insane. If you made it this far, I really appreciate if you could drop a like and a sub, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.